morning. Wednesday, July 10th. Hello, it's the Victor Wilk Show. Up and rolling. Though as usual, of course. Wish it was a little bit later. Anyhow, what's going on in the news? No, I'm not going to dig into just regular old news. Be a no-go. At least from what I've seen so far. Let's see. As you can tell, I'm not super prepared for the day. Distracted by neck pain. Still. Oh, it's so annoying. It just kind of sits there and bothers you. And just throws you off a little bit. Not to mention I slept completely terrible. I went to bed so early. I'm like, all right, this is going to be great. I'm going to get tons of sleep. I did not get to sleep till I don't even know when. It took forever. It was terrible. Maybe I need a vacation. Maybe I need to head to one of the world's most underrated travel destinations. Sure. How many of these have I actually heard of? Let's check it out here. Finlandia, Colombia. Or Finlandia, not Finlandia. I can't even read this morning. All right. Why do travelers overlook this charming small town with multicolored balconies and rolling green hills? I don't know, because they've never heard of it. That's why. That's what I'm guessing will be the reason why people don't visit any of these. Never heard of them before. All right, let's see what else we got. Southern Tunisia. Now, I've heard of Tunisia, but I don't know anything specifically about Southern Tunisia. Well, it's supposed to be pretty cool and underrated. All right, what about São Sebastião, Brazil? No, I've never heard of it. Or Con Dao, Vietnam. Okay, Prince Edward Island, Canada does sound familiar. Let's see. We've got a beach. All right. Neat. What else? Sibiu, Romania. What are these places? I mean, they look nice from the one photo that they're posting. Newcastle, Australia. No, I'm not going to Australia. Bentonville, Arkansas. Isn't that where Walmart is? The home of Walmart. You can go visit the first Walmart. I don't know if that's actually where the first Walmart is, but it sounds right. Can you imagine? We're planning a vacation, everybody. We're going to Bentonville, Arkansas. What is there to do there? Let's see. Numerous biking, walking, and hiking trails. All right, well, Pocatello has that. I ain't sold. I can go just right down the road. Be up at City Creek, all right? Get out to Cherry Springs. Plenty of hiking trails. And it's not Arkansas. Okay, Airship Coffee. There's a coffee shop in the woods. All right, well, still not sold. How about the awe-inspiring Crystal Bridges Museum of Art? Well, that sounds interesting, but not enough to get me to go to Bentonville, Arkansas. Brown Station, Antarctica. What? Who on earth would want to go to Antarctica on vacation? Yeah, these might be underrated, but I'm starting to think there might be a reason for that. I don't know. The rest of them look okay with beaches and things. The scenery looks nice. But again, Gippsland, Australia? No. Get out of here with that. Get on out of here with that. Wow, this list goes on and on. All right, well, I don't have enough PTO to go on vacation anyway. No fun going on a vacation with your neck hurting either. Better be healed up by Monday. If I'm not able to bang my head to My Name is Mud, watching Primus, going to be very upset. Very upset. Guess I got to take it super easy this weekend. Super easy. Oh, it's going to be like 100 degrees, so that ain't going to be tough to do. I think it's going to be like 100 degrees today. Ugh. What do they call it? The heat dome? Not a very big fan. Yeah, looking at a high today of 99. All right, well, I hope you're able to keep cool today, drink lots of water, stay hydrated, and, it'll eventually cool back down to mid-90s. Welcome to the show, Keeping Cool, with 100-degree temps on the way. Brutal. But at least I got AC. Was just reading that a lot of people in the Pacific Northwest suffering right now due to the lack of air conditioning in cities like Seattle, San Francisco. Now, these are cities that are coastal and generally cooler than, inland places like here in the West. But it can get brutal there at times. I think it was like 45% of San Francisco has air conditioning, the least air-conditioned city in the country. Oh, be terrible. I was scrolling my Facebook feed, and my homie Todd down at X96 in Utah, the air conditioning's out in their studio. His studio's sitting at about 80 degrees right now. Yeah, guess who would go home if it was 80 degrees in the studio? I can deal with the neck pain, but if it was just scorching in here, I'm out. I ain't going to be able to put up with that. No way. I hope you've got decent air conditioning where you're at. We're going to be dealing with some heat for a while, and life without air conditioning. People complain a lot about things in the world, all right? If you have air conditioning, you're living in the greatest time in history, all right? And you should never complain about anything. If you have air conditioning, just sit there and think about it. You're on your couch, 100 degrees outside, you're nice and cool. Be grateful for the world you live in. What if we lived 100 years ago? Oh, would have been awful. All of the medical advances we have. Did they have Tums back then? I was thinking about that at the grocery store the other day for some reason. I was picking up a bottle of Tums and I'm like, wow, can you imagine if you didn't have Tums? Just stomach getting tore up by acid reflux. Oh, it'd be just awful to live in any other time than the time we live now. All right? We've got it really good, people. Try to always remember that. Unless you don't have air conditioning. Shout out to those listening in places like Portland and Seattle. I see you on the map. I hope you have air conditioning. And hope temps cool down a bit. Anyway, I'm hanging in there. Hope you're doing well. It's nice and cool here in the studio. I will not be bragging it up to Todd. Oh, look at this. I've got my own air conditioning unit in the studio that just cools this room alone. So spoiled. So spoiled. All right. Well, I think I did enough bragging. There's got to be somebody listening who's, not enjoying cool air just slowly blowing through the room. So I'm sorry. Speaking of hot temperatures, I posted a question in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal group on Facebook. What pricey item did you buy and never regretted it? Robin posted central air for the house. Again, I cannot fathom living without air conditioning. We're very spoiled. Very spoiled. Like, I know Peaches. He ain't got no air conditioning. He's got to be just roasting. Just cooking in his place. I don't know. I would take out a loan if that's what it took to get some kind of air conditioning going in my house. There is no way I could get by without it. Oh. What else are people posting about? Pricey items they bought and never regretted. Gary said, my Indian Scout. I believe that's a motorcycle, right? I'm not too well versed in the world of motorcycles. Looking at some pictures, it does look like a cool bike. Motorcycles scare me because I'm not very coordinated. I'd wreck, and it would hurt. But looks like a pretty nice bike. Looks pretty nice, Gary. Randy posted his trike. So he's got a 3-wheeled motorcycle. And does look pretty cool. He's got his little dog sitting on the back, posing for the photo. Very nice, Randy. Very nice. What else we got here as far as pricey items people purchased but did not regret? Oh, Charlie bragging it up. A house before the housing market went crazy. Yeah. Boy. I'm with you. I'm with you there, Charlie. Even though I did have to refinance my house at a terrible interest rate, I'm still happy I did that. You know, my mortgage went up a lot, but I've still got the house. So I'm very grateful for that. Got Bryce mentioning his smoker. Yeah, I would imagine that's pretty good, man. Cook up some delicious meats. Let's go to the phones here. K-Bear, you are live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
Victor, good morning.
It's the Redneck. What up, dude? What have you purchased that you didn't regret that was pricey?
That big, beautiful red truck I had the train horns on.
The truck with the train horn. Yeah. A truck is nice to have, man. You know, it comes in so handy. I would totally sell mine simply because of gas mileage if I didn't use it so much. So,
well, that's why you got to swap out and either get one of them 10-speed EcoBoosts or a diesel. They get phenomenal fuel mileage.
But then, you know, you got to pay for that upgrade, and I ain't got the dough.
Yep. Yes, you do.
So
yeah, it was enjoyable having a full-size pickup that beat a Lamborghini. So
I would imagine that sounds pretty fun, man. Well, good to hear from you.
Tell Peaches I said go down to Pond 1. They've got those little in-house air conditioners that they just got that tube on them and you plug them into the window.
Oh, they got them at Pond 1, huh?
Yeah, they're fairly cheap. I picked up 3 of them things.
All right, man. That's the type I have in my house, and I believe the type Peaches would need. His windows won't work with a standard window unit. So
yeah, they are wonderful.
Oh yeah, they're great for sure.
I'm one of them. I would much rather have the snow as long as it's not negative 35. I'm a mountain boy. I just don't do heat.
Yeah, I complain about both, but I think overall I would take the heat because around here at night you can go outside. At winter, there's no time you can go outside if you're not into it. So.
But the thing is, Victor, is you complain about so much stuff. I mean, you're just perpetually unhappy the way it sounds.
Well, I'm actually pretty happy. As long as I don't wake up with a neck pain, then I'm grumpy. So.
Oh, trust me, I feel you.
Everyone.
After my work accident.
Oh yeah, man.
I get it.
Well, I hope today goes good, man, and appreciate the call.
Yeah, we'll see if that swamp cooler will keep the shop halfway cool today. I'm not looking forward to it. I left it on all night.
Good luck, man. It's going to be a hot one. So.
You have yourself a good day, Victor.
You too, man. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, anybody who wants to call in, I'm always doing this show live. You can call me, 208-535-1015. Pricey items I've bought and never regretted. The dumbest pricey item that I've bought, I think, ever, is my TV. It was very expensive. It was a present to myself, and I don't regret it, even though it was unnecessary to spend that kind of money on a TV. I love that TV. It is great. So, even though it was way overpriced, don't really regret that one. Everything else I've got, I tend to be a value shopper. I buy things when they're like on sale, or I find them at Facebook Market or things like that. That stupid TV, though. I did not get a bargain on it at all. At all. And had I waited a while, a number of months, I could have got it a lot cheaper, but I don't regret it. So anyway, if you want to take part in that question, you can go post on it in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal group. And I don't know, I'll find some more crap to talk about on the show. All right? Sound good? All right. Earlier I was talking about needing a vacation. And then I remember, I get annoyed when I go on vacation. The redneck was right. I complain about everything. I only remember this because I saw a list of items people tried to bring through the TSA security checkpoint. I complain enough when I see people try to bring handguns and things like that through because you should know better. And you're holding up the line and you're making things difficult for everybody else. But there are people dumber than those who try to, bring a handgun through airport security. Some guy tried to bring a chainsaw. These are all items in the last year that somebody tried to bring through airport security. A chainsaw. There's no way that you're accidentally bringing a chainsaw through. They're heavy. You're not going to be able to fit much else in your bag. Chainsaw. How about literally the kitchen sink? A sink. Why? Why? That person, I swear, just did it deliberately to slow things up and aggravate the rest of the passengers. Like, one item they mentioned on here that I don't think would occur to people that maybe you can't bring through, deer antlers, okay? Now, they're not generally known as a weapon, but they could be. They're sharp. They're what deer use to beat the crap out of other deer. Hooves and antlers. That's how a deer will mess you up. So you can't bring those. But items like a samurai sword, a bag of snakes, fireworks, replica hand grenades, throwing knives, a taser, people know better. Ugh. Anyway, I've had pretty good luck the last few times I've traveled. I think part of it is not flying directly in or out of large airports. Though the Phoenix airport was pretty good. I was very impressed by how fast I got through security and got to my gate. It could have just been a lucky day, though. But nothing better than flying out of a small airport. Oh. And your chances of some idiot bringing something through security and holding you up in line, much lower. So, yeah. Leave the bag of snakes at home. I keep seeing this story pop up about this guy in Houston whose wife discovered that he was getting married to another woman on Facebook. And I hadn't read the article because I'm like, who cares? And popped up again. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll look at this. And I don't think this story's as crazy as all the news headlines are making it out to be, because this couple had been separated for 5 years, all right? Split up back in 2019, but they were legally married. So, 5 years goes by. You would imagine there's a decent chance that your spouse has hooked up with somebody else, right? If you don't live together, you're not actually living the married life. You're broke up. Kind of funny, the article says they hadn't finalized their divorce because the man, Marcus, he didn't want his family to think he's a failure. Listen, if somebody in your family wants to get divorced, there's probably a good reason for it. Don't make them feel like a failure, okay? Let them move on with their life and hopefully live a happier and better life. Yeah? Because that would have saved this guy a lot of trouble. Now, apparently, Texas is charging him with a felony, bigamy, because he's already married and he got married again. Yeah, they could put him behind jail or put him behind bars in jail for 10 years. 10 years. Well, I guess it goes to show, geez, if you're going to split up with somebody, you got to do the legal end of things, or the government's going to screw you over. Anyway, I would imagine this one will get sorted out because it's not again, as crazy as the news headlines are making it out to be. I assumed it was going to be a story where the lady found out this guy was getting married, and it's like, well, that explains where he's been every night. Jeez, he says he's going out bowling with his friends. No, to me, it isn't that crazy anyway, but you know how the news is. They'll do anything to get you to click on that story. So thank you to all of the news networks who were talking about this for finally getting me to click. Must be a light news week. Oh, Prime Day's coming up. Well, I ain't got any money. But for those of you looking to burn cash, Prime Day is coming up. You can buy stuff. You could buy, I don't know, what are they showing me here? A rechargeable mosquito repeller. Does that actually work? I mean, I haven't had any problems with mosquitoes, thankfully. Pretty dry, So, mosquitoes not seeming to be an issue around my house, which is wonderful. What other items here? Crest 3D white strips. How about a plain white Hanes t-shirt? Boy, they're really getting the excitement going with these pre-Prime Day deals, huh? Nothing more exciting than a plain white t-shirt for a bargain price. How much are they? I got to see this. $6. There you go. If you're looking for a basic white tee, $6. Peloton bike, only $1,000. Yeah. Thankfully, I think I'm at the point where I don't need to replace anything else around my house. Very, very stoked on that. It's amazing how many items you find you need when you split up half your stuff. Think all I've got left to do? Hook up a microwave. Yeah. It's been interesting getting used to just not using a microwave. I mean, you don't have to have one. It's very convenient, and there are items sitting in my freezer I would like to make, but I don't have said microwave, so you learn new ways to whip things up when all you have is an oven. Again, a first world problem. Oh, I have an oven to cook all my food. I'm not whining about it. I mean, if I really wanted a microwave to get by, I could find one, I'm sure, dirt cheap on Facebook Market. Just a little one, put on the counter. It's making a nice decoration down in my storage room, the nice big one that I got. It's just such a pain, having to have work done around the house to set up a microwave. It's one of these things you don't think of. Like, oh, whoever installed the old one, what did they do behind it? Oh, it's a disaster. Great. Hey, Prime Day deal, microwave, huh? I don't see one of those. I just see a bunch of useless crap that I do not need. White t-shirt? Come on, I'm Victor Wilt. I got a closet full of black clothes. No white t-shirts for me. Anyway, might be the first time I'm not even going to glance at Prime Day deals because I literally cannot spend any more money. I got to catch up. That's where I'm at. Actually, if I spend money on anything, it would be concert tickets. Yeah. Some of them Primus tickets. Can't believe Primus is going to be in town in less than a week. That is sweet. All right, let's go back and see if anybody has updated my question in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal group. Even though I already talked about how I don't have any money to spend on anything. Maybe there's a pricey item that you just got to have. Asked people in the group, what pricey item did you buy and never regretted it? I pointed out my stupid TV. It's very large, OLED. Completely unnecessary, but I love it. Let's see. Elizabeth talking about concert tickets. Tickets and travel to Sick New World. And so many other festivals. Says she's going to Download Fest. Isn't that overseas? That would be pretty cool. Would be pretty neat. Yeah, over in the UK. 3-day festival. Oh, I'm too tired to think about such a thing today. What bands are playing? Oh, they don't have the lineup posted because it's not happening for another 338 days. Must have just happened. All right. Oh, my daughter posted a litter robot. She actually bought me one. And I was like, what's wrong with you? Don't spend that kind of money on me. This is an automated litter box for your cat. It is really awesome, for sure. Self-cleaning litter box. It's great. It's fantastic. And my little kitten even started using it, which was great to see. She's such a good little girl. Somehow showed up at the house, litter box trained. I was so worried about this. And boom, she just immediately started using the litter box. She's such a good kitty. Today, National Kitten Day. Guess I better go home, hang out with her. Damon Young posted a picture of his actual cat, Tarkin. Now, I can't remember what kind of cat Tarkin is. It's like a Savannah or something like that. Pretty expensive cat. Yeah. I got some friends with expensive cats. JD with the Maine Coons. Big kitties. See, Micah got himself a firearm. Those are expensive. They are expensive. And a lot of people mentioning their houses as well. Yeah, I will say that as a completely outrageous expense, a house is a very satisfying one. So cool to be able to do whatever you want with your own place without a landlord to just ruin everything. So that's where most of my money goes. Hanging on to that house. It's been great, though. When the kids come and visit, I have a place for them. It's pretty much a giant playground for cats, however. That's pretty much what it is at this point. All right. Well, so far I'm not seeing any items that I just must have, aside from the ones I guess I already have. Would I buy a litter robot if I wasn't just given one by my daughter? Probably not, because they're so expensive, even though it's such a great item. Yeah, they need to come down in price a little bit. For something that just shuffles around waste. The world's fanciest receptacle for dookie. Yeah, it's got a blue light in it. Like, why? Does a blue light lure in kitties? Come on, you want to come in here. I don't know. It's like having a turd spaceship just hanging out in the utility room in my basement. Yeah, it's worth it, though. But again, I didn't pay for it. Gen Z experiencing tattoo regret. And this article from USA Today says social media may be to blame. No, you're just not thinking it through, all right? If you're going to get a tattoo, don't get any kind of tattoo that could link back to another person that may end up being a dirtbag down the road. Like, it could be musicians. I wouldn't get any band logos tattooed on you because you never know down the road if somebody in that band is going to leave some horrible legacy on that band's name. Could be a movie star that you really like or an author or something like that. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Just get yourself a nice piece of art and then it should be okay down the road. All right? What are some of the tattoos that people seem to be regretting? Well, I guess millennials regretting Harry Potter tattoos. Yeah, don't get anything, again, that could link back to a specific person that may end up not being a person you like down the road. And here's one thing. You can get your tattoo covered up. All right, you can get a new tattoo. So don't worry about it too much. If you end up with a tattoo you don't like, just go get a new one and cover it up, okay? All right. Oh, speaking of stuff that I would like to buy. Earlier, I'm like, there's nothing I need to buy. I would like to get some more tattoos, but they are definitely outside of my price range right now. Let's see. What else do we got for freak news? Lots of animal attacks going on. Tourists in South Africa trampled to death by an elephant herd. Don't get out of your vehicles, people. Apparently, they didn't read the countless stories about bison in Yellowstone. All right. Elephants are huge. Okay. And they're protective of their little babies. So if you get out of your vehicle and try to walk up to a herd of elephants, you might have a bad time. Okay. I mean, it sounds like a fairly quick way to go with elephants being very large. You know, one stomp and you're probably done for. But again, you want to enjoy your vacation, not be stomped to death by an elephant. So just keep that in mind. All right. There was also a story making the rounds about armadillos migrating throughout the U.S. And armadillos, apparently, if they have a certain number of stripes, they pack leprosy. So they're letting people know, be careful around the little armadillos. You see an armadillo, you're like, oh, no, look at that little fella. Look at that little fella. Yeah. Again, packing leprosy. Stay away from wild animals, people. But some people are never going to learn. Never going to learn. By the way, Ticketmaster was hacked. If you didn't hear about this, happened back in May, and they're just now starting to let people know, a bunch of your personal information might be floating around out there. 560 million Ticketmaster customers affected in the hack. So what is that, like every Ticketmaster customer? And go figure, they would take forever to let people know, hey, your personal data might be for sale on the dark web. Thanks, Ticketmaster. Just one thing after another with these people. Oh, they're so terrible. So terrible. All right. Let's see. What else did we have for freaking news? Tourists are still flocking to Death Valley as this heat wave has been blamed for several deaths around the country. There were multiple deaths in the Grand Canyon. Peaches, why don't you take a road trip to Death Valley to get out?
That's where the Undertaker's from.
Oh, yeah, he's from Death Valley. Huh?
Isn't it a stupid joke? From Death Valley, California, the Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Yeah, 130 degrees in Death Valley.
That's why it's called Death Valley.
Mm-hmm. And people are going there. They're like, this sounds fun.
Yeah, woohoo! Death Valley.
If you want to go somewhere really hot, you could go to Phoenix, and there's stuff to do.
Yeah, sure.
What is there to do in Death Valley?
Nothing.
Look at the really hot thermometer.
Nobody lives there.
Yeah, because it'd be a terrible place to live. What a stupid vacation spot. Yeah, there's lots of really hot places you could go where there are things to do. And you can go inside, air conditioning. I talked earlier about how wonderful it is to live in a day and age where we have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are areas of the U.S. where it's not as common. Pacific Northwest, Portland, Seattle, San Francisco. The redneck called and pointed out, because I said, Peaches is probably hating it because you don't have air conditioning. He said, Pond 1 has those floor units like I have that you just stick the tube in the window. Mm-hmm. Pretty cheap. If you need to get yourself an air conditioning unit, Peaches, since the window unit would not work.
I'm not spending any money right now. I'm just waiting, putting it all on that trip to go back home.
Go back home where it's hot.
Hot everywhere. Summertime. What do you think?
Definitely not my cup of tea, as you enjoy hearing, Peaches. Not my cup of tea, this heat. But again, I just hide in my cool house.
Yeah, there you go.
And lay low. Mm-hmm. So anyhow, if you go to Death Valley, you might die. I want to throw that out there. Lots of people are dying around the country from
cold
heat.
in Antarctica. Death Valley might die. What's next?
Well, Antarctica right now might be the time to go visit. And I actually talked about that being an underrated tourist destination earlier on the show.
Oh, sure.
And I was like, who on earth would want to visit there? But today, when we're facing 100 degrees outside,
let's see.
Antarctica's sounding pretty good.
What's the temperature over there?
Yeah, what's it like? Cold and miserable, as you would expect?
Not Antarctica, Empire of the Penguin at SeaWorld. Come on. That's what it gave me. It wouldn't even give me the
It's because yet another place where nobody lives.
Yeah, it's not giving me the temperature over there. It's like either Antarctica, Dubai, or Antarctica Empire, the Penguin. At SeaWorld.
I guess you probably need to know the name of a city or maybe a town. They probably don't have cities, but they got to have a town.
Nobody lives there.
There's got to be people living there. Let's see. Towns in Antarctica. All right, they have permanent inhabitants, no permanent human population, and no Antarctic cities. There are 70 permanent research stations with rotating personnel like scientists, engineers, and research staff. So there aren't towns.
The place to go to right now is Australia.
No!
Antarctic outbreak set to smash Australia.
Oh, it's going to be nice and cool in Australia.
Aren't their seasons flipped? Aren't they?
I'm not sure, Peaches. I don't remember. But that just means all of those giant spiders and snakes are going to try to come inside if it's getting cold
That's
there.
if you're in the outback. That's not if you're in a major city.
I think they're everywhere. I think Australia is the worst place on earth as far as I know. I see people saying it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I mean, people can say the same thing about another country that you don't care for.
But Australia is packed with hideous creatures, Peaches.
Would you rather have hideous creatures or terrible people? I got to go with hideous creatures.
That is a tough one. Are the people in Australia nice, or are they known for being hideous creatures?
They're known for being brutally honest, and so if you want,
you'd fit in good then, Peaches. You'd fit in well over there. Speaking of terrible places, we were talking about Australia, but let's talk about Texas. Yeah. What a dump. Oh, man. I was just reading that Texans are using the Whataburger app to figure out what areas power is back on. Texas has had a couple million people without power since Monday. After a Hurricane Beryl, mowed through Texas. Yeah, Texas, their power grid is just awful. And apparently the power company, their outage map, you can't even look at that. So people are firing up the Whataburger app and looking at what restaurants are open to determine, okay, here's some areas with power. Let's hurry over there and try to enjoy some air conditioning because Texas is hot and miserable. Jeez. Oh, what a place to live. It's, a desert with no scenery for the most part. You got these big cities on the coast that are extremely hot and humid and get pummeled by hurricanes, and you have a power grid that doesn't work. But you got people just rolling in. Can't wait to move to Texas. I really think that politicians take a lot of the blame for population influx in some of these places, because like Florida is another place where you're dealing with extremely hot temperatures, crazy natural disasters. I mean, the home insurance rates are getting so bad in Florida that the housing market is starting to crash in Florida because people can't insure their homes. You have home insurers just backing out of the state altogether because they're tired of rebuilding year after year after year for these people that just cannot move away from a hurricane-infested area. But they do things like put up signs when you're rolling into the state that say, "Welcome to the free state of Florida." That's the new signs greeting people as they roll in. That sounds like something out of 1984 to me. I don't know about the free state of Florida. I think if you are advertising that you're a super free place, I'm guessing it's not as free as people actually think. It's kind of like around here. We have very relaxed firearm laws. So, as far as things like concealed carry go, everyone in Idaho is allowed to, conceal and carry a firearm if you're legally able to have a firearm. So that's a freedom. But when you look at the freedom index, it's really funny because I know this is a state that prides itself on being all about the people and rights and freedom. I've lived here my whole life, born and raised. You look at the Freedom Index, Idaho, as far as personal freedom goes, I've pointed this out before, one of the bottom of the barrel in the U.S. states as far as personal freedom goes. There's a lot of business freedom, commerce freedom, but personal freedom. Welcome to the free state of Idaho. But I think as long as you hand people one type of freedom that is like the concealed carry thing, the firearms laws, people notice that because it's very different than most places. But also, you look next door to us. To get concealed carry in places like Oregon and Washington, you just take a class. And you could have that same, just a little bit of training beforehand. Sorry. Just seeing the free state of Florida. Creepy sign to me. It does sound very dystopian for some reason. I guess I've read too many books. But that'll keep people rolling into Texas, Florida, and Idaho. Hey, we say we're super free. At least we've got a great power grid here. I don't remember the last time my power went out. So keep me away from Texas. Everything I read about Texas just sounds terrible. Not to mention I flew over it about a month or two ago, and what a wasteland. You want to go to the desert, go to Arizona, go to southern Utah, go to New Mexico or something. Texas sucks, man. This would be a week from Saturday. They've got another edition of the summer movie series going down at Melaleuca Field. Going to be showing The Greatest Showman, and if you'd like to go for free, we're giving away tickets in the K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball apps. Just sign up and might win yourself a family 4-pack of tickets. Going to be a great fun event. Gates open at 6:45. Movies kick off at 9. They'll have concessions and a bunch of different activities going on from 7 to 8:45. They'll have various activity booths, scavenger hunt, performances from Stacia Acrobats and Proform Airborne. It's going to be a photo booth and face painting. Loads of fun. So if you want to go for free, sign up in the K-Bear, Alt, or Cannonball apps. Or you can just get your tickets because it's all to benefit the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Idaho, the Ronald McDonald Family Room at Ermac. So a great event for a good cause. Go see The Greatest Showman with your family. Enjoy a night at the ballpark, watching movies on the big screen. Sign up and win some tickets. Fire up our app and good luck to you. I guess I'm just going to be pummeled by news articles about people trying to sneak things through the airport that they shouldn't. We went through a list of 10 things earlier, including chainsaws, samurai swords. Well, now there's a guy who tried to sneak 104 snakes through customs in his pants. Come on, show me a picture of the pants. This guy had to be rocking Jinkos, right? I'm looking at the bags of snakes. 104. Ugh. Sorry, snakes give me the creeps. So even if you've got them sealed off in these large plastic, I guess, bags, it just sounds hideous to me. The thought of a layer of plastic being the only thing separating me from 104 snakes slithering all around you. I'm assuming he was going to offload them, some type of black market, make some dough. I think I've been extra bothered by snakes ever since I heard about that Rexburg snake house, which they burn it to the ground, right? Rexburg snake house. They burn it to the ground. I don't know if they managed to clear it out or what, but I don't know. It must have been about 10 years ago. The snake house was for sale. Who on earth would buy it? Who on earth would buy a house infested with thousands of snakes? Oh, here's the Zillow page for it. Oh, and a snake is one of the pictures. Not currently for sale, off market, and thanks to inflation, a house that I'm assuming is no longer infested with snakes, but it was at one point. Now got an estimated value of $387,000. But I guess people will buy property. I'm sure they got a discount on it. We're like, well, we can get rid of these snakes. It was on top of a snake bed of some sort. Just a breeding ground for snakes. But I guess back to people will buy just about anything. Somebody did buy the Daybell house. Oh, I hope whoever's buying it is going to, speaking of burning things to the ground, get rid of it, knock it down. Oh, it sold in like a week. I hate to break it to people, but there's a lot of houses for sale in our market. Unless you are going to knock it down and build a memorial park, how could you live in it? Oh, I don't believe in ghosts, all right? But if there's a place that, the vibes in the air are going to be a little bit too unnerving for my taste, it would be the Daybell house. Yikes. So anyway, no word on who bought it or what, but I really hope they're going to knock it down and, put something nice there in its place. Every structure on the property, just knock it down. Anyway, housing market. We can talk about that for a minute. I keep reading that it's not really going to change. So I'm sorry, young people. Doom and gloom ahead. There was this guy who, predicted the housing crash of 2008. He was in the news and he was talking about it, saying, this is different. We might see some fluctuations in things like interest rates and things like that, but he's not predicting a major pricing crash in housing, which is very unfortunate for young people. I don't want y'all to have to move out of here, end up in somewhere like Pennsylvania, Ohio, one of those places where housing's still somewhat affordable. There's a reason housing's affordable in those places. Because people don't want to live there. That's why. So I hope things can tone down around here. Even though, it could ultimately hurt me if my housing value drops. I want people to be able to have a place to live. So I hope things do change in some way. At least interest rates coming down. Well, and then I could refinance. That'd be nice. Is it that hard to spot an internet troll? I was looking at the I Hate Life in Rexburg and You Will Too group on Facebook. Somebody posted 5 days ago, I was at the Rexburg parade today and there were way too many kids. There's plenty of activities around town for children all day, every day. And once a year, parade should be for the adults that don't have very much to do. Very annoying. Okay. Clearly a troll, right? Well, there's a number of comments from people who didn't quite get it. Parades are for kids. Your life must suck if you rely on a stupid parade for your entertainment as an adult. I'm pretty sure this person was just playing here. Was just playing. Is Rexburg immune to sarcasm? Lots of fighting about fireworks in that group as well. If you're still setting off fireworks at this point, all right, settle down. It's over. Time is over. But I don't know, year after year, never ceases to amaze me the fights that break out online about fireworks. Because around here, people go kind of overboard with fireworks. Maybe if you're new to the area, it would be a surprise, but everybody who's here, you should be plotting ahead to know it's going to get out of control, right? Keep your pets indoors. Maybe build a soundproof room to put the doggos in, because it's going to be loud during the 4th of July. But, oh my goodness. What a joke of a parade. If you don't like the loud tractors or sirens, don't go. Were people really complaining about tractors in the parade? It's a Rexburg parade. All right. Hate to break it to you. There will be farm implements in it. And there could be sirens or who knows what other kind of racket. It's a parade. Parades, aren't a silent event. All right. I got to say, at least the I Hate Life in Rexburg group is keeping up the negativity. The Idaho Falls group, I don't know if the mods have just cracked down, but it's not as fun anymore. Used to be an easy source of content for this show, but not anymore. They're not allowing any fun over there. No fighting. That's what social media is all about nowadays. Fighting and bickering about stupid things. And what better place for it to run amok than the Life in Idaho Falls, Southeast Idaho group? Well, I guess I'm just going to have to keep hanging out and reading about Rexburg. Have you ever met a rude celebrity? If so, you can call me, 208-535-1015. I'd be down to hear about it. I was looking at a list of rude celebrities according to other celebrities. Man, you'd think they'd all be in cahoots, nice to one another. It's a small world. It's kind of like radio people. I know a lot of them, especially in the rock radio world, and we all tend to get along. Some of the programmers, they don't really agree with me on how rock radio should be programmed musically, but ultimately we end up getting along even if I fight with them about their ways of doing things. Who are some jerk celebrities? I'm trying to think if I've ever met any celebrities that were jerks. I mean, I've met a lot of bands, and for the most part, bands are pretty good. I don't know, when I was younger, the guys in Fear Factory, when I met them as a teenager, I didn't think they were very nice. But I met them later on and they were nicer. So I don't know. Maybe they're having a bad day. That's the thing. You might meet someone on a bad day. You might bump into me at the grocery store and I'm like, I don't know. I am always pretty friendly, I think. But I might be clearly like just wanting to get out of there. But if I've ever been rude to you, and you didn't deserve it, I'm sorry. I'm very rarely what I would call rude. And I think people probably deserved it. Okay, let's see. Bill Hader and Jay Farrow say Justin Bieber was the rudest celebrity they've ever met when he hosted Saturday Night Live. But then they, like I pointed out, said, maybe he was just having a rough day. Rough day. Tim Allen getting called out as terrible to work with during the Santa Claus's movies. Or the Santa Claus movies? Scrolling through here, seeing if anybody's of interest. I want somebody to pop up that you're like, oh, this person, everybody thinks they're super nice. And then people are like, no, he's a jerk. He's a jerk. Like you never see anybody calling out Keanu Reeves for being a jerk. Peaches and I might have talked about that yesterday, as a matter of fact. All right, Ashton Kutcher, multiple times on this list. Must not be a very likable fella. Lisa Kudrow. I mean, all of these I can't really judge because I haven't met a lot of TV stars. Just tends to be bands. And the ones that really stick out were, OTEP and Fear Factory when I was younger. Thankfully, most bands seem to be pretty nice. I will say, bands are very different to you when you're a radio guy than if you're just an average person. Because they want you to play their music. So probably a lot of bands who are actually jerks were really nice to me in person, even though they didn't want to be, which is unfortunate. All right. Let's see. Robert De Niro. He could seem like he might be a jerk. All right, anyway. I was hoping I could think up more rock star jerks, but I'm very tired. Did not sleep well last night at all. Hopefully tonight, much different. I don't recommend trying to sleep when you're in pain. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Sorry for your pains. Hope you get feeling better. I should probably go instant coffee up at this point. Because I'm like, I thought I was tired yesterday. Jeez. Today, a whole different world of tiredness. Good day to kick back in my recliner, watch the X-Files. That's what I'm looking forward to doing. Crazy enough is a guy who you've probably heard talk about aliens and Bigfoot and all that kind of stuff plenty over the years. Never watched the series The X-Files. I mean, I've seen an episode here and there, but that's it. And I was telling my girlfriend about this. She's like, what? How have you not seen The X-Files? You crazy? So we watched the pilot episode last night, and it was really fun, really good. I can tell it's a show that's going to be right up my alley. It's weird how shows can just skirt by you. Another show that worked out the same way. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. How had I not seen that? I don't know, but that show is hilarious. It's absurd. It's got some vile humor going on. As someone who just loves South Park, I have no clue how I missed out on that show. Now, these shows might not be for everybody, but I got to give you my recommendations every now and again. If you haven't watched It's Always Sunny, don't be an idiot like me and wait till recently. Just fire it up. Fire it up, start on episode 1, and just go. You'll have such a great time. Of course, I mentioned South Park. I have to always recommend that one. But yeah, I'm excited to dig into the X-Files and see where that one goes. Probably going to take a really long time. I don't know how many seasons there are, but the episodes are an hour long. So that's a lot of TV watching that needs to be done. Perfect for 100-degree days. Hide inside and watch the X-Files when I should probably be mowing my lawn. Speaking of which, I just remembered I need to go down and mow my daughter's lawn. For some reason, there's apparently not a lawnmower there, and she's trying to sell her place, her little mobile home in Pokey. And I guess it's getting very overgrown, so I've got to be the dad and go down and drag my lawnmower to Pokey and burn a bunch of gas for, it is the easiest yard ever to mow. But it's probably going to require a few passes, I would imagine, if it's that bad. But it's tiny lawn. So it's going to be like a drive down, I'm there for 20 minutes, and then I leave. Ugh, too tired for that today. I'll wait till it's actually over 100 tomorrow and then do it. Ugh, the thought of it. My neck hurts. I can't be lifting and pushing around the lawnmower. No, I'm injured. All right. Haven't looked at this since earlier this morning. I posted the question, what pricey item did you buy and never regretted it? Hoping I can find some must-need items. We'll see how it goes. I actually don't need anything. Maybe a car with good gas mileage. But again, outside of the budget, vehicles have gotten to be quite outrageous. Let's see what y'all spent your money on that you don't regret. Coral says an above-ground pool. That'd be pretty nice for sure. I'd have to have people living at my house, though, to justify that. And I've got a hot tub right now that's turned down. It's probably pretty nice. Probably very pool-esque. But I haven't even used that, so above ground pool, probably not happening. James says his snowboards. All right, I'm not in the market for those, as you could likely guess, due to my thoughts on being outside in snow. Not my jam, but James, you enjoy them. Braxton said an espresso machine. Now that's something I could probably go for because I like a nice caffeine jolt. Like I mentioned, how I need to go instant coffee up so I can somehow get through the rest of the day. I'm exhausted. Jake said, my wedding. All right, Jake. Well, I'm glad it worked out good for you. I'm more of the mind that rather than dump all the money on the wedding itself, spend it on a nice vacation. But, if you don't want your wedding to be a bore for the attendees, you got to spend a little dough on it. So, all right, fair. Let's see. Did we go through all of these other ones? I think we did already. Again, everybody posting about their house, which is a good purchase if you can get into one. Sadly, we talked about the state of the housing market earlier. Not really a wonderful time to deal with it, but, I was talking with my daughter about this. She and her boyfriend are considering buying a house in Phoenix. And I talked to him about this months ago and was like, well, you never know what's going to happen with housing. It's always a gamble. Like, could the housing market crash? Sure, it could. Could it keep going up? Sure, it could. You just never know. I mean, even when I bought my house, it felt like a gamble. Ended up being that I bought at a good time, but you just don't know. So, if buying a house is something you really want to do, I'm not going to tell you now is the time, but it's one of those things you just have to kind of pull the trigger and hope for the best. But man, I would imagine if you're shopping right now, it's got to be a little bit nerve-wracking. So stay calm. Wait and don't just jump into something you don't really want. Find the right place and, man, hope for the best. I think we're in a decent spot around here where things seem fairly stable. We're not facing insurance rates skyrocketing due to climate issues or natural disasters like Florida. I don't know. But it's wild out there, people. It's wild. All right, I'm going to be back in a minute, all right? Cue. Speaking of shows, earlier, I mentioned The X-Files. First time I've ever mentioned that show on the radio that I'm aware of, right? Within minutes, as I'm scrolling trying to find crap to talk about, Reddit starts feeding me the X-Files subreddit. Pages, they're always listening, always watching the internet. Whoever is in charge of it. I don't like it.
Me neither.
These tracking devices we pack with us everywhere we go that are listening to us at all times.
I do love those people that hate the Google Home device or the Amazon Alexa, but yet again, they have a phone.
Yeah,
it's good. It's tracking you no matter what.
No, for sure. Like I said, I talked about the show The X-Files earlier. Just, mentioned I was watching it. Now I'm getting pummeled with X-Files stuff on Reddit. From the X-Files subreddit.
I'm once again baffled by the amount of TV you watch. You watch way too many shows.
Oh, it's great, man.
Way too many.
So relaxing. So good for the mind. Well, I could be you and just sit around on Discord, chatting with my friends all day.
Yeah, because my friends are all back home.
Yeah.
There's nobody out here.
I'm chatting with my lady while watching TV. What do?
Play games.
I know what you're doing while you're chatting with your friends.
Wait, do that, you gotta record it and give it to Jade.
I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been wanting to play some video games. I don't know what my problem's been. I don't remember the last time I streamed online.
Yeah, you're a big time slacker. What are you doing? Give me your computer.
No.
Yeah. You don't use it.
I gave you a desk.
You don't use your computer whatsoever.
I do
Josh
too.
and I are trying to, try doing Fortnite streams with you, try doing a whole bunch of stuff with you. Then you just sit down and watch TV shows.
What do you mean, a whole bunch of things with me?
You're like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. That's what you're morphing into.
You guys tried to get me to play Fortnite one night.
You know Carl from Family Guy? Look him up. That's you.
I'm not familiar with Carl from Family Guy.
That's definitely you. Have you seen this movie? Have you seen this TV show?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's good stuff, man. I sit in my nice recliner. It's all cool in my house. I got a little kitten, and I pet the kitten and watch TV. It's fun.
Okay.
It's fun. But I have been wanting to play video games. I'm going to have to start that Zelda game all over.
You got to join me and Bryson on Grounded. You got to do a whole bunch of different games with us.
Yeah.
I just downloaded Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland. What is with you in these games? Grounded, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. What are they? What are these games? I've never even heard of this.
Come on.
Let me look
it's a
up.
Borderlands spin-off, Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Oh, okay,
She's a character in the game.
All right.
Grounded's from Obsidian. They, what's it called? You're basically shrunk down to the size of a bug. You have to kill bugs.
Yeah, you told me about that one.
You make armor out of the bugs you kill.
Make armor out of the bugs you kill.
Armor and weapons. You could have a red ant club. Can you imagine? Like you just kill a red ant, take its parts, morph it into a sword.
All right.
It's pretty hardcore.
It sounds pretty interesting. What does this person want? K-Bear, you are live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this? Answer me! Hello! Okay. I got no patience for you people.
Can you imagine calling somebody and then just putting the phone down? It makes no sense.
That's our listeners. It's okay. My content today has been garbage. There hasn't been, topics that were worth calling about. Wasn't a great show today. It was a show.
Yeah, but you did your best. That's all that matters.
I did my goodest.
Let's see if this other person will say, we'll just, call us and then put the phone on the seat and keep driving.
Who's butt dialing us? You're live on the radio.
Hey. Oh, no. I didn't mean to butt dial you guys. It's me, Dr. Pepper. Sorry I haven't called you guys in a while.
Dr. Pepper?
I'm at work right now, and I heard you guys talking about how X-Files and then the Reddit thing and how the unconfirmed conspiracy about Big Brother listening and watching in on us. I actually have a situation where I want to actually bring up where that kind of similar happened to me.
All right.
I was disgusted.
Dr. Pepper, we don't need to know what type of things you're talking about that are popping up on your internet feed. All right.
Yeah, but I have been through those situations as well before, and it actually kind of weirded me out because honestly, when I was on Reddit, when I had talked about what I was talking with a friend, immediately popped up what I was talking about, and it just kind of blew my mind. I'm like, how did it know what I was talking about?
Yeah, it's just your phone. It's your phone listening to you. The same thing happens on Facebook and Twitter. I'll just start seeing stuff. I bet if I went to Facebook, I'll find you should join this X-Files fan group.
I was just talking to my friend about electric scooters, and of course, what do I get now? Advertisements for saving $600 on this brand of electric scooter.
Yeah, I think it's gone beyond being a conspiracy. I'm sure that agencies like Google are listening in on everything you do, and then they sell that information to advertisers, and just all of our data is getting shared. Everything we do. Yeah,
and what's weird about it is people say it's the NSA listening in on us, and they want to cash in on their fund, to get more funds by doing that, by having our phones, our Facebook, and then our emails, all having these things that we deal with, that we have a personal interest in, and that's how they get their funding.
Well, you know what, Dr. Pepper, that does kind of make sense. Since the general population of a large amount of people seem to be totally okay with extremely rich people not paying taxes, and they vote against their own interests, it wouldn't surprise me if the NSA is doing everything they can to raise money in other ways off the general population. It all makes sense. You're onto something, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
That's right. Keep voting for tax cuts for the rich. That's the final message of my show, everybody.
Political radio.
That's right. Keep helping the 1%. Y'all are great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good one, Dr. Pepper.
You too.
See you, man. Bye. All right. Now what kind of ads am I going to start getting? Probably Dr. Pepper ads.
Oh, yeah.
Because we said Dr. Pepper.
Sure, yeah.
Try our new strawberries and cream. Yeah.
I mentioned Baja Blast once, and all of a sudden I get Mountain Dew lovers on Facebook, that group.
We're living in weird times. Anyway, I'm going to leave people until noon. The noon hour of madness and mayhem, powered by Jalisco's. I don't mind getting Jalisco's ads. I had leftover Jalisco's for dinner last night.
Oh, good for you.
That's where my kids wanted to go eat the other day, and I had a Chipotle burrito. They had the, one of them had, what's it called? Oh, it's like chicken fundito or something. These ridiculous cheese-filled and cheese-wrapped chicken things.
I had a fancy dinner last night.
What did you have? Ramen?
I know I had salmon and those chickpea pasta penne noodles.
That's pretty fancy.
From Grocery Outlet?
Pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Leftover Jalisco's was still good. Still good. But anyway, people, I don't know. I'm leaving. Bye. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program's a production of River. Why can't I say that? God.
Have to say Riverbend Media Group.
Riverbend Media Group. This program's a production of God. This program's a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.